we now have both the EU and the UK's negotiating positions. Now, the UK really want to emphasise that they want to strike a deal with what they call sovereign equals. Now, that really has led the UK to want a more of a mutual recognition agreement, meaning that they would like the EU to sort of appreciate and respect that they are going to deviate on the details of regulation, but they're going to keep the high standards that the UK and the EU have kept for the last few decades. The other point that they really want to emphasise is the fact that they want to strike a deal which that is not any different than the deals that the EU has struck with other third parties. Now, what actually becomes more clear as you delve deeper into the document is that the UK wants to pick different parts of different trade agreements that the EU already has for different parts of and different sectors. Now, the EU might see that as cherry picking, and they mentioned that in the past that the UK needs to stop cherry picking, but actually what the UK is trying to do is look at ways in which to articulate the different policy and the future relationship that they want to have on the different sectors. And the easy way to do that is to refer back to previous agreements between the EU and third countries. The ones they've specified has been the CETA agreement with Canada, the EU-Japan agreement, and also the South Korea agreement. It seems that from the documentation, the real focus is on the recent CETA agreement, and they've sort of stolen a lot of the language from that agreement. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out going forward. So we're at the starting line, the gunshot has gone off, and that leaves a lot of room for public affairs professionals to engage. Both sides in the negotiating stance haven't necessarily specified where they're willing to give and where they're willing to take. And it's those decisions where public affairs professionals and organisations and sectors need to be engaging in order to ensure that the give is where they need it and the take is where they need it. And that's what we'll be focusing on at de Havilland.